Hey everyone, and welcome back to Swift Guitar Lessons for another edition to our solo blues guitar series. In this lesson, I'm going to be sharing with you some of my favorite blues guitar tricks. I'm going to be showing you how to do a walk-in turnaround and also some very cool shuffles over an E7 and A7. We're also going to learn some very cool licks that are inspired by Stevie Vaughan and Robbie Krieger. Now, the goal for this lesson is for you to practice counting along as you master some more complicated advanced guitar tricks. So be sure to follow along using the tab at patreon.com/swiftlessons. You can support the channel there and also gain access to a ton of extra resources, including more routines like this. Now, let's get started with your lesson. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, close look at the fretboard and also my pick in hand, getting started with routine number 7 of our solo blues self-accompaniment series. This one's going to begin with a very fancy walk-in turnaround. And again, this is all in the key of E major. Alright, so it's going to sound like this. Alright, to get us right in to our traveling shuffle beginning the 12-bar blues. Okay, so that turnaround began on beat number 1 with the low E string coupled with a hammer-on to the first fret of the G string. Sounds like this. That's followed by the open B string. A very classic blues trick. Next, we're going to walk up. I slid to a G sharp, 4th fret, low E string, then went to the B note on the 2nd fret A, up to the C sharp on the 4th fret. You put all that together, we have 1 and 2 and Alright, next we're going to walk up a nice little section going from A7 to B flat diminished. Sounds like this. Alright, so I grabbed an A7 chord, I hit the root, open string A. Upstroke, that was the B string and G string, and that's followed by another root. Do the same exact picking technique as you put the pointer finger down on the B flat note, 1st fret of the A string. Now you have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and to finish up that first measure. Okay, next, the B9 chord comes in. I'm going to hit the root first and then do an upstroke. Alright, on that 2nd fret of the B string and the G string, maybe a little bit of that 1st fret of the D string gets through. Take that up a half step to C9. Alright, we're back to that technique, root, strum, root. Then return back to the B9 chord for a root and an upstroke. And so far you have a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and finally we have one more little lick to get us to the beginning of the 12-bar blues. A nice little roll, Stevie Vaughan style. Okay, right on the 4th beat there, we're hammering onto the 1st fret of the A string and then pulling off. 3rd fret of the low E string gets us into our shuffle. Okay, let's put that entire turnaround together now. Alright, now we're ready to jump into the 12-bar blues. Okay, fantastic. We have a very cool walk-in intro turnaround. Now we're ready to jump into the 12-bar blues. This is going to begin with a traveling shuffle over E7. That sounds like this. Alright, so we have that for 3 measures. Just take your A string and your G string. You're going to pluck those 2 strings together while holding an E7 chord and hammer on to that first fret, that G sharp note. Then strike the root, 1 and. Next position, we're going 4th fret and 2nd fret. Alright, same strings. Alright, after that we're going up to the 5th fret and the 4th fret. So that's that same shape we had for E7, up into the 4th fret position. Alright, then you're going to travel back the way you came, that 2nd position, 4th fret and 2nd fret. You put that together, we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You're ready for the next measure? 3rd measure. And then on the 4th measure there, line number 1 in your tab. A very cool, kind of Robbie Krieger style blues lick. Okay, so measure number 4 of the 12 bar. This is going to begin with that same hammer on the E7 chord, the low E string, then. Alright, that nice little lick there sliding up to the 4th fret of the G string, the 3rd fret of the B, and then back to the 4th fret. That's followed by the high E string, 3rd fret, 4th fret, then slide to the 2nd fret of the G string, and go to the open string G. One more time. Alright, and that's going to get you to the next line of your 12 bar. This is going to be measure number 5 as the A7 chord comes in, the 4 chord. Okay, great. Now you have that intro turnaround down, and you also know how to treat an E7 chord in the beginning of that 12 bar blues. Now we're moving into the 2nd line of our tab. This is where the 4 chord is coming in out of that Robbie Krieger style lick. Same exact shuffle that we had over E, now we have over A7. Okay, so I slide up into an A7 chord, 2nd fret of the D and the B string. It's followed by the root, open string A. Then I've got the 4th fret of the D string and the 3rd fret of the B string. Okay, followed by the root, A. Then 5 and 5, and back the way you came. An amazing shuffle for your A7 chord. Oh, I forgot to slide in. Which is optional, but a really nice way to throw in some flavor. Alright, then the next measure that we have, measure number 6, we're going to play. A great Eric Clapton style lick. Starts off with that A7 chord, striking the D and B string, the root, then I'm going to slide up to the 6th fret, probably from the 2nd fret G string, the 5th fret of the B string, and then the high E string open. 7th fret high E string, walking down a half step, one more half step to the 5th fret, 3rd fret, and then the high E string open gets you back to the chord E7 for a little bit more shuffling for 2 measures. Alright, let's play that entire 2nd line of the 12 bar, coming in on the A7 chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and a 3, and a 4, and. Alright, then back to the E7 chord. You already know how to do this for 2 measures. Traveling shuffle over E. That gets you to the next set of changes, the 5 chord to the 4 chord, B7 to A7. Okay, up next we're going into measures 9 and 10 of your 12 bar blues. It's where the B7 goes into the A7 chord. It's going to sound like this. A 1, 2, 3, 4, and. Alright, to get you back into the turnaround, which you've already learned. Okay, so that began with the B7 chord, hit the root, and then strum through the rest of the chord. You're going to be hitting the D string, G string, and B string on that strum. Then we're going to play. Really cool little lick there. I slid to the 4th fret of the D string, 2nd fret G, back to the 4th fret D, bend the 3rd fret of the B string, then with the pad of your finger, hit the G string 4th fret, roll to the tip of the finger onto the D string 4th fret, and walk down a half step. That little roll that we have there, going from the pad to the tip of the finger, it's a very important technique, okay? Let's try that one more time. So we have the B7 chord, into the A7 chord, slide in, hit the root. Then we're gonna go up to the 5th frets, hit the root. 4 and 3, 3 and 3. This is a little weird sounding. Okay, kind of a Nick Drake kind of vibe. All right, and then that's gonna get us back into the turnaround that we played in the intro. Okay, so. All right, same exact ending, but this time, hit the low E string, and I'm gonna feature a really cool chord here. It's gonna be an E13. A little bit uncomfortable, but it's worth the extra effort. So that's the 7th fret of the A string, 6th fret of the D, then bar across the G string and B string, 7th frets, as you reach your pinky to the 9th fret high E string. E13 chord, which features the dominant 7, the 9, and then that 13. So if you don't see the word add in the title of a chord, it's implied that the flat at 7, or that dominant 7 blues note, and the 9 are going to be included in that chord, okay? Okay, great, so now you've played through the entire routine. Let's see if we can play that at a very slow tempo. You can practice over and over again trying to play along and improve your timing. A 1, 2, 3, 4. Starting our 12 bar. 2 more. Lick. Shuffling over the A. And we're back to the E. One more measure there. The B7 chord. The low E string leads the way to the E13. Alright everyone, thanks so much for checking out routine number 7 of our solo blues guitar series. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, practice all these licks very slow, take it measure by measure, and practice counting as you go. I got many more videos coming up, so keep checking back. Please subscribe, please share. This is Rob at Swift Guitar Lessons in Philadelphia, saying happy picking.